Good evening and welcome to a social for Nightfall in Amsterdam. Today is December the 12th, or December the 6th, 2019. We're having a social between Ekta and Alvaro, and we will start with Alvaro waiting outside of her work to pick her up. And he will be standing there wearing his usual clothes. They look like they've just been washed.
Ekta's just gonna come out completely and totally exhausted, but with a really big grin on her face because she just got a random bouquet of flowers sent to her office.
So I'm thinking this will be like the day after the scene that just happened last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or because the 24-hour shift, it would be the 2
The
days,
middle. Yeah, that's fine.
a day and a half, 2
Yeah.
days, something like that.
He gives her a wave and he'll walk over to her to throw his cigarette out because he was smoking it, as he does.
Okay, one more time. Heather did not catch that. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I mumble. He throws his cigarette out because he's smoking it, as you know he does. He's got a habit.
Yes, he does. And she's gonna, look up and see him and just kind of, she's not gonna hug just because there's, after shift, it's kind of you're feeling kind of gunky.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite expecting to see you here.
I figured I'd surprise you, come see you. How was work?
Long, really, really long, but really, really good. I thank you for the flowers.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you end up keeping them, or did you give them to a patient to save for later?
I'm gonna end up keeping these.
Oh, good.
I always end up sending flowers after they've passed. I always like to find out what they, favorite flowers. Some of the times, though, most of the time, family is able to tell me that. But we all get together and we all sign cards and whatnot.
I see. So, did any leave you today?
No, not today. Not today. They usually happen in threes.
I've heard that. Movies, church.
Yeah, we had a there's this really interesting place that apparently has just opened up, that's doing some really good work. There's just such a hopeful air there. It's a homeless shelter.
Oh, really?
Um, I brought a dish,
Did you?
and Tumo, of course, he brought fish. Looks like he had a really good. It looks like he had a really good haul.
I believe I've met him. He's a fisherman.
He is.
I think I have.
That he is.
He'll offer an arm. So he reaches into the duster, pulls out a brown bag. I bought you an egg sandwich for breakfast. I wasn't sure what you'd be in the mood for, but
A sandwich sounds fantastic. She'll take his arm and just kind of walk with him.
starts just wandering into the city. So tell me more about the shelter. How?
it helps people get back on their feet. It seems like it's just a really good overall program. It helps meet people where they're at. Because what some people can function at is not necessarily what others can. And it helps to have each of the to define each individual's view of success. So it really is a good overall program.
Sounds expensive.
I'm not entirely sure the amount of money that was that goes into it. I mean, there was me, there was Samantha, there was the Chatterbox Miranda. There was a young lady named Air. She threw axes at Samhain.
He smirks a bit. I know Air.
Oh. She seems really interesting.
She is. She has bad taste in alcohol, but otherwise good.
Well, Tumo did give her alcohol, and he tried his hand at sake.
I don't believe I've ever had that.
I haven't either. Small wonder for someone like me, though.
But you can't. As you said, you can't drink her.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that won't. If we ever get some, I will drink it for you.
Works for me. Works for me. I'm having I'm asking Akalis, who is at the at Muden. He's the one that's over it. He's the caretaker there.
Mm-hmm.
To give me time to see what can be done about this Templar. I can't stop mulling over it in my head.
Is there any improvement on that front as far as olive branches?
No.
I didn't think so.
I'm waiting on the others to get everything together and see if we can't figure out a way a more appropriate way to deal with someone who just simply wants to put us back on the wheel.
Well, we still have the new plan ABDC.
Yes.
ABCD, yeah.
Yes, but if they jump the gun and don't let me do my dharma, ABCD won't really matter.
No. Have any of the other ones said anything?
Not that I've heard. I did, however, ask Miranda to take me to the Akashiana. The Akashiana and the Nyamavani have a rather tumultuous past. It would not behoove me to just show up, knock on their door, and be like, hey, I need help with an issue. It's not, I mean, we were at war for 500 years. It just would not behoove that would not behoove me.
Whose hand does it ultimately fall into to when this thing gets used, if it does?
If you ask me, I believe that we should have that right.
The group you were in?
The tradition that I'm a part of, yes. But really, it falls to the entire community. I would just hope that whoever pulls the switch, if it comes down to it, that it is done as an act of compassion. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter what that Templar did. It doesn't matter how each one of my kind votes. The person pulling that switch is the one causing the pain. Because that Templar has people who love him, people who depend on him. No individual is an island. And that includes Carl.
Well, if it does happen, we can certainly go deal with him after the fact. You said death would be preferable?
Death would be preferable. And I won't let him leave there alive.
Which group has the most power in the city?
We're all over the board. I don't see power being
I just worry in a situation like this, if there is more of one group than another, and the biggest group is in favor of using this thing, and it doesn't get used, it will cause further problems. But as you said before, the one in front of you first.
That's all anybody can do. Literally, that's all anybody can do. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a few cases where this machine would be a useful tool. But before it's used, we need to be absolutely 100% certain that this individual that we are talking about using it on has fallen. Because whenever they come back around, they are well, I'll put it this way. You better hope they that they don't awaken. You better hope that they stay asleep.
Well, it sounds like every time it's come back, there's been a problem, yes?
For Carl? For the Templar?
Yes.
Yes, but not quite selling babies into sexual slavery kind of problem. He's a bigot. He's lost his way.
See, I'm not sure if he's ever had a different way than this. I believe there is good in people, but part of me also believes some are just born bad.
I would agree with you.
I'm not saying I'm in favor of using the machine. I believe he's better off dead than alive, regardless.
I agree with you. And I'm not necessarily against making his ending a lesson unto itself.
Speaking of torture?
Torture is a bit of an extreme way of putting it. It's a little of it's a bit of an extreme description.
He smiles a bit. You are hard to get a handle on sometimes. I like that.
Little bit of a mystery, huh?
Yes. And as I said, I'm fond of it.
Oh.
How many of your tradition are in the city? Do you think a few of you combined could take out the Templar before this even comes to pass?
Yes, if I could actually unite the tradition behind me.
Maybe that's an answer. Try to preempt yourselves before diplomacy. Just try to win them back on the wheel as it is, as you said.
One of the things that frustrates me is that literally we are the seat of fate. How? This is not the first answer we go to. The good death is a gift, but if that was the first answer we just automatically jumped towards, I would be covered in blood and there would be bodies littering the streets. This is not the first answer.
No.
It's certainly an answer.
It is the answer with the least amount of possible bloodshed, maybe?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're looking at. Like, well, you said he broke into the neutral ground and broke the friar's nose, left him there half naked. He seems beyond talk. Not that he is, but he seems that way.
I fully expect to walk in there, or not to walk into his abode, but to go and attempt to speak and have it yield nothing. I fully expect it. But at the same time, he should have the opportunity to speak.
I agree. Well, I will play devil's advocate because and wasn't the neutral ground, or could it be seen neutral ground intrusion was him speaking?
Yes, it could. But breaking someone's nose is not an offense punishable by death
No,
or a fate worse than death.
no, I do not agree with the use of the machine, as it were.
Part of me is afraid that if I keep trying to stay at Kayla's hands long enough for me to actually do what it is that I am oath bound to do, that he will look at me and expect me to be the one to pull that lever.
Can he make you do so?
He cannot make me. He is not my guru. But if it is absolutely apparent that there is no one else who can do it in the proper mindset,
Why could he not do it?
he could. I mean, it is certainly, I mean, he was all of us learn the 9-spoked wheel, the Chidana. We are bottle fed it from the time that we are students at our teachers' feet. Nyamavani means people of our rule. A lot of us prefer to go backwards and use the word Chakravani. I don't really think that we need to go backwards. I do know that the old name of Euthanatos focuses more on the death aspects of what we do, whenever really ours is a tradition ultimately of life.
People tend to focus on death more.
True. But life is not separate from death. It only appears that way.
I think it's more about attachment and losing someone you love and such, and not being prepared to let go.
Which is exactly why, if it is decided to use this monstrosity of a thing, that whoever pulls the trigger, as it were, does so with compassion. Because in that moment, it doesn't matter what that Templar did or did not do. It doesn't matter how someone votes. None of it matters. What matters is the action that the person who is pulling the trigger will yield is suffering. And you have to weigh the amount of suffering that you are causing against the amount of suffering that that individual that you are essentially throwing back on the wheel, or worse, disintegrating. The suffering that that individual is going through. And the suffering that that individual is causing. It's all a balancing act.
Which one did you say was pushing for it the most? We discussed last time.
Aaron?
You think he would be the one to pull it then?
I think he's the one gunning for it. I hope he's not. Aaron's not even a... Aaron is a mercurial. He's not one of us. I mean, he's not stupid. I'm not saying that he's stupid. He just has absolutely no clue. He doesn't have the emotional or the ethical bandwidth to comprehend what he's doing, to truly comprehend it. Everything is input-output with him.
Efficiency and all that.
Yes. It's whatever is the most efficient, but whatever is the most efficient is not necessarily the most ethical. Just because something is efficient doesn't make it correct.
Tends to make it easy. I would think more incorrect.
Yeah. And life is not easy.
Nothing worthwhile comes easy.
No. Nothing worthwhile comes easy.
But you should keep looking. But speak of happy things. The shelter.
Yes. And cooking.
So you made food. You did
I
not tell
did.
me what kind of food it was, but I'm curious.
What did I bring?
It's a good question. I remember you went over it, but I didn't take the name down.
Oh.
Does she have any kind of funk smell to her currently?
Heather knows that you are guru. By funk smell, do you mean taint, or do you mean
Oh,
like,
no. Like work, sweat, all that stuff from working.
Yeah. 24 hours, yeah.
I actually hadn't considered looking for the other thing, but
Well, I'm just saying.
Um, I use that sparingly.
Uh oh, I made aloo gobi.
Should post that for me. So, hello, Gobi.
Yep. Aloo gobi.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
It's like spicy cauliflower.
And potatoes.
Yes.
It looks amazing. Oh, it's a curry dish, of course. I love Indian food, but I'll go into that later. Because I am making myself hungry and it is way too late to eat. Anyway, he looks at her, kind of curious, like he has no idea what that means.
It is cauliflower with potatoes and it's just a really, really good curry dish.
See, I want to try it, and I do not have it, and I'm going to sulk the rest of the day.
I tell you what. Let me get some sleep.
Of course.
And I will make you aloo gobi.
Okay, I like that idea.
I just need to get home and get showered and crash before because if I try to do it right now, I'm going to end up setting the kitchen on fire.
Do you want me to set an alarm for you?
Yeah, not the first day. It's not the first day off a shift. No alarm for me.
So you just sleep until you wake.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Oh.
You live in the Shanty, correct?
Yes. I like it because I can actually walk back and forth to work.
Am I able to come inside?
I would actually need to ask if I could. I don't. Let me ask a Kalis. I don't know. I mean, if this were, like the apartment that I had whenever I first came here, sure, I would invite you in, but I don't. The only thing that is not shared is my room.
Okay. So it is a more communal kind of living space.
It is. That it is. Which is fine. I actually prefer it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was a little lonely and isolating growing up. I mean,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, people were in and out all the time, but there was really no stability. None. I mean, at the drop of a hat, somebody could show up and tell you to pack your bags, and you were going for a drive, and you knew that you weren't coming back.
You've had a very hard life.
That which does not kill us
This is why you continue to intrigue me.
How so?
Your life sounds, from what you said, like you've been dragged along the bumpiest rock and you haven't chipped. You've sharpened.
Fate is what we make it.
And that is what I like about you. Forward.
There's no sense in looking in the past. The past just contains lessons. If you hold on too tightly to it, it's just going to drag you under the waves. It's okay to have markers, but don't let it be an anchor.
This makes me curious how you're going to, when I do find one of the things I was mentioning with you, how it's going to go, because many of them, that's all they have. Or they let that shape all they are.
I almost wonder how the differences in how spirits are dealt with, on how wraiths are dealt with between you and I. A part of me wonders.
As far as how I deal with them,
Mm-hmm.
I help those I can, those I have time to help. There's always another one. Missing my family.
There always will be another one.
They're persistent. It's like having sometimes having an ex-girlfriend who you broke up with, but will just not stop calling you and waiting for you, outside of your house or whatever. It can get that bad, depending. Many I feel sorry for. But as I said before, many of them you have to take with a grain of salt, because how they perceive things to have happened and how they actually did can differ. And of course, there's the lying.
Yeah.
Still people. Just
dead.
Mm-hmm. And more focused, I'd say, on whatever keeps them as they are. Whatever emotion or memory or thing left here. It's like somebody fell off a ship and is drowning and holding on the lifeline. That level of desperation. Not a glum topic, but not a particularly happy one, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's because they're anchoring instead of letting it mark. That's why they stick around.
Mm-hmm.
The waves get large.
I tend to help women and children more, if I can. Children tend to be easier.
They're not quite as set in their ways. and there's not an awful lot there to anchor them.
Okay, so we cannot go inside your house.
Not yet. I will ask.
That is fine. I just wanted to show you something today. I need a place to do so. We could get a room at a motel or some such thing. Not that I'm implying anything. Just want to show you something.
Sure.
Okay, we can do that.
I can. I can front. Not a problem.
Thinking, please. These teams involved for a second. Look something up real quick.
Oh goodness. If you're doing what I think you're doing, I'm gonna have to sit there and actually pull something up too.
I just gotta make sure I'm not breaking any rules.
Do we need to pull up the dice roller?
I don't think I need to. Let me see. I think I can just blow a noses. Pretty sure I can.
Because I mean, if you're fixing to start showing like spirits and stuff, like
oh no! I don't want. I can't do that.
Shit.
Can't do that without John here.
That's what I was fixing to say. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's gonna shift. Just think. That's Primal Urge, I think. Shifting. I think it's Primal Urge. Press something. I think I know this. Go. Sorry, I'm taking so long. I haven't actually had to roll this in a minute. I think it's Primal. I forget what it is. Was it Primal Urge and
I've never played a Guru. I've always played Farah.
What is the role for? What's the role for the Farah?
Like basically, I just have to spend blood because the Ananasi run on blood.
Yeah. What about the Farah?
I just have to literally spend the points and then like spend a standard action and it's there.
All right, I got the book right here. It's take me a minute. Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. This is taking so much longer than I wanted it to.
it's fun.
It's such a big book. It's got to be Primal Urge. There it is. Okay.
Well,
Yep.
it is Primal Urge.
Yep.
You just got to spend a standard action, and that's it.
We roll Primal Urge and something.
Mm. Okie dokie smoky. So while you're looking that up,
Yep.
I'm just going to basically, say that we go to, I don't know about the equivalent of a Super 8.
Some sort of motel.
Some sort of hotel.
Got that. Hey, look at that. I found it.
Yay!
Okay. It's actually a little more complicated than I thought it was, but okay, so
Well, I mean, we can retcon that part,
no, he can do it. Just had to make sure I get the freaking roll. So I think it's going to be diff 3, okay. Number of successes is required at a number of forms in between the current form and your target form. Alright, so 3 successes needed. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. Just to make sure, mages are not affected by delirium, are they?
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Okay. Because that would just suck.
Yeah, it would. I've seen delirium use. It's fun. Rolls. Difficulty. Okay, just 6. All right, so they'll go ahead inside, get whatever kind of room they have. I don't really know. Standard room.
X is just going to sit because if she lays down, she's going to go to sleep.
Okay, you will move. Let me get this moving. Okay. Sure, I've got that right. Oh no, enough for next time. Okay, going to spend a willpower.
Good Lord.
I'm going to make sure I note that in the chat here. See if I remember how to do the stupid thing. Yay, me. Let's see.
I hope the ceiling's tall enough.
He will crouch. Okay. Make sure you get that right. Yep. Okay. Now let's see where we go. Okay. So I can't type that with it. Okay. There. Let's do it that way. I'm still used to the Discord dice roller for some reason, and I don't know why. Crap.
I'm still trying to figure out Discord's, dice roller.
It's a pain in the butt. I just get them mixed up. Okay, he stands there for a second, and nothing happens. That's embarrassing. I'll try it again.
Difficulty goes up by 1.
Yep. This primal urge. 7. Spending another willpower. Okay. Did not work. Huh. That is different. Yeah.
What were you trying to show me?
Something that should have not been that difficult. I guess it's performance anxiety. That is annoying. He looks mildly annoyed and slightly confused. Well,
can you just tell me?
I could. I was hoping for the more theatric thing, but that is fine. Okay, so well, you're aware of other supernaturals in the city and so on.
Yes.
I am one, obviously. I'm not a magi. I am werewolf.
So you're tied to the moon?
There are certain things I can say, but yeah, it's in fashion. There are things I can and cannot tell you. I don't want you to get the wrong idea or anything. It's just,
I am quite familiar with things that I can and cannot say.
well, it was a whole lot of leading up. That was kind of my big. So I'll have to show you later, but well, there are reasons that I wanted to show you anyway, and it shock and awe and whatnot, but I've been thinking, we're talking about traveling together and this and that and murdering Templars and those sort of things. Some of which could be construed as romantic, who doesn't like a little late night murder of the serial killer or some such thing?
She at this point she's blushing.
He's well, I mean, he's as awkward as I sound. Ekta, would you like to date?
I would be honored, Alvaro.
What? He'll blush slightly himself. I don't know why you would, but okay. Well, good.
Why I would want to date you?
No. Would you be honored to? I can see you happy. Honored. That's makes me sound like that's silly. But Okay. He sits next to her. Um,
I would give you a huge hug right now, but I am work. I don't think you want to.
I I smell normally.
Um, give me just one moment. She's just gonna like run into the bathroom, like seriously, like scrub hands. Just because in her mind she's like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I'm about ready to give him a hug, and please let, work not transfer germs.
Alvaro got the flu later that day. And then he called Marissa. And that was it. He became a wraith.
Exactly what's going through her head.
He became a wraith, and he halts the motel room that they're in.
Because, hey, whenever you work in this line whenever you work in this field, this is pretty much what runs through your head. When she's got at least part of herself clean, she's going to go to him and take both of his hands in hers.
Oh, he will blush a little bit. Are her hands wet?
No, actually, she dried them.
How long was she in there?
Five minutes. Yes,
Okay?
washing her hands for 5 minutes.
Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine.
I wasn't sure. Was it something I said, or
No. I just understand that I didn't want you to get sick. That's the reason why I'm not hugging you right now.
No, he pulls her into a hug.
Yeah.
I am not worried about that.
Okay.
No, just hug her.
I really hope you have a good immune system.
Well, if I do not, we will know. I mean,
She's just gonna kind of hold on, like, please don't leave me.
are you sure you're okay?
I will be.
Okay. Depending on how things go, I can tell you more. But we spoke of deities and such before, and I do follow Gaia. I can say that much.
Like the Greek goddess of the earth?
Sort of. Gaia is the earth.
Ah.
I will introduce you to others, and some of the ones I know, and perhaps some kin. I did tell Kay to call you when he could. I do not know what he's been up to.
I appreciate it. I haven't heard anything yet, but
He's probably around doing something in some back alley.
it wouldn't surprise me.
probably reading fortunes or something such.
We did actually have someone reading fortunes at the uh, at the shelter.
Oh, dark skin.
Um, I believe so.
It was probably him. I have to go visit now. I was going to visit before, but now I can visit and harass him. He likes it. So he's sitting and she's just kind of like leaning into him, or
Yep. And
okay.
she's longer this embrace lasts, like the more she's relaxing. And there is a, we're not going to say weeping, but you know, the kind of tears that fall like
Happy
from,
ones?
yeah, like it's not a weep, it's a she's crying, but it's not like a weep. It's a, like the tears are falling, but nothing else is really there's no sign of distress.
Okay.
But it's almost like there is a dam that is breaking.
Okay. He'll like hold one arm around her and then he'll like grab her legs with the other arm and kind of scoop her and just sit her down like sideways in his lap.
What? And she'll just kind of nuzzle in.
Are you okay?
I I am.
Okay. I've never seen a woman cry but not look sad before, so
Oh no, it's a good one.
okay.
It's a good one.
Um So I've never dated before. I've done other things, but I have not done that. Especially not outside um, my particular group. But
Is that common?
yeah, that happens. Happens plenty. I just well, with constantly moving, I've never really found someone I'd want to be with, and um, as far as romance, um, but it it's well, all the talking we did, I did a lot of thinking, and I have to think long term because of constantly moving, and I don't want that to seem weird. It's just
I
figuring out a
don't
way
think
to make.
I don't think it sounds weird. I actually find it comforting.
Um, we seem to click, and I would like. I hope we do, and I hope we continue to. And but I will. Everything I've said as far as going to America, taking us to Germany, Norway, we will do these things, and I will do my best to try to stay as long as I can. I just need you to. I can only stay somewhere so long. But I
I
think
understand.
okay. Well, see, this is why I asked, because good. Seems a bit awkward, but happy.
And she is just completely and totally relaxing. I mean, whereas, before it was, you could almost play an instrument because she was wound up so tight. It just kind of melts. And as her head's kind of resting on his shoulder, she's actually going to fall asleep.
You will let her. Does she stay out soon?
Yeah, she's basically not. She's not going to wake up. She's just kind of curled up, on his lap,
Okay.
with her head on his shoulder, just holding on to him. And she just been up for over 24 hours, and someone who's never had a family being able to feel like she's got even the hope of that. She just, burdens are best whenever they're shared.
Yep. How long do you think she'll be sleeping?
You are probably going to either have to curl up yourself beside her or tuck her in.
Okay.
But if she wakes up by herself, she's going to be a little bit afraid.
All right. He will probably sit there and then for an hour and then decide to lay for like 3. If she's still sleeping, he will move and he will tuck her in the bed, but he will stay like sitting on the bed and next to her. Actually, yeah. So he probably, yeah, he'll probably nap. Yeah, probably lay there with her on him for like 3 hours and then. Yeah. So, but he will be there whenever she wakes up, sitting there.
Whenever she finally emerges, she's just going to curl up around him and stick her head in his lap.
Oh, is she awake?
Basically, basically, we're not going to go through the whole thing of, hey, she's asleep.
Yeah.
It's probably about a good 12, 13 hours
Nice.
before she emerges.
It's the best kind of sleep.
Because over 24 hours up.
Did you sleep good?
Best sleep I've had in ages.
Kind of tentatively, like run his hand over her hair.
She'll kind of pull her head up. Because by this point, I'm fairly certain that the star is just random reams of fabric.
Yeah.
Because it's just. and her hair is down to her knees.
Oh. We correct?
Yeah, she doesn't cut it. No trim, no nothing.
Do you have anyone that would ask after you? In the sentry?
No, we kind of keep to ourselves.
I just did not want to be the cause of the mooring.
I mean, I'm sure if I didn't come back in, like a week, that they might ask questions, but a night, no. No.
Good.
Good people there.
They seem nice from what you said. So when we go to deal with the Templar, whenever that is, same idea. Maybe I can see about bringing help if I can.
I would appreciate it. I don't really know what I'm going up against.
You will not be alone. The other thing I was thinking about while you were sleeping is your religion going to be okay with us?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I just know for some faiths, like Catholicism, you have to convert and whatnot.
All faiths are encompassed in mine.
Perfect. I mean, not that I. Anyway,
No, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant.
that was the part about not wanting to sound creepy again. Just I have to think long term because of I know myself and habits and anyway, yes.
It's she's gonna take her finger and just kind of push it up to his lips. It's okay. I promise it's okay.
Okay. Well, so we have the night now. What would you like to do? Go see a movie or something?
I haven't seen a movie in a
Could do that then. Go get some food, take a walk.
Food and a walk sounds great.
Good. I mind if I take a quick shower while we're here?
Oh goodness, no.
Well, do you want to take one first? That way I can kiss hot water?
You wouldn't want hot water?
Does not bother me. Most of the baths I take are in a river, so it's always cold.
Yeah, I think I'll go first.
Okay. We'll wait here.
Takes her about 30 minutes. What's really interesting is that she's having to comb her hair with like her fingers. And with it being quite as long as it is, I mean, we're talking like shiny black hair.
Nice. Oh, he's a fan. He's a fan.
Interesting point. Because whenever she comes out, you know, with like the towel wrapped,
Around the hair.
well, there's hair. She literally, no razor touches her.
Okay.
You know, so
she comes out in a towel.
yep, in a towel.
Okay. He just kind of. Does she leave her clothes in the room?
No, she's gonna take the clothes with her.
Okay.
She's just trying to clear out so that you know.
Went well.
Bathroom's all yours.
Okay. He's going to check her out, and then he's going to, briefly, and then he's just going to get a shower and stuff.
She's gonna put her clothes back on.
I feel like she did it on purpose. All right, he's about 10 minutes. Comes back out wearing his clothes, minus his duster. His hair's wet. He's kind of just flicking that dry. Okay, well, is she dressed?
Yep, she is dressed.
Okay.
Hey, it's not the third date.
Yep, that's fine. I just didn't know he didn't know what was happening, and I didn't know. He'll offer an arm.
She'll take it.
Right.
Fall in step.
Okay, and I think we can call it a scene there. Going to see a movie, dinner.
Yep.
Alrighty. All right. That's the end of the scene. Thank you for playing.
Yay!
And thanks everyone for watching. And